Good space time, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of the Citizen Web3 podcast, your source for educational insights into the Web3 universe and your connection hub to discovering those that contribute to building the decentralized world. Today, we are joined by Oldcat from Oldcat Validator. We touch upon the freedom to choose, control, and artificial intelligence. We talk about centralization versus its sacrifices, humans versus their decisions, and when enough is enough. Finally, we discuss what's beyond our imagination, the community, and keeping what's important closer to yourself. If you enjoy our podcast, please share this episode on your favorite social platform and help us spread Web3 values into the universe.
Centralization has some effectiveness, this is efficiency, but at the same time, you got some sacrifice of the freedom. It's totally beyond the imagination. How can I choose my husband and wife freely? But for me, what Web3 or blockchain is doing is the same. This is similar to the freedom of marriage. This is a basic need. The freedom is basic need. The history of the human beings is always having the stupid decisions. Okay, some activities is beyond our imagination.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of the Citizen Web3 podcast. Today, I have a fellow validator guest with me on the show, Oldcat. He's a very independent and a very old cat validator out there. And I'm very excited to record you, man, and have you on the show. Hi, how are you?
Hey, hello, how are you? Actually, this is my pleasure to attend your podcast. Okay, this is my honor, to be honest.
I'm very glad to have you, man. We've been talking about the recording, I've seen you around Cosmos for a while, and it's my pleasure to speak to every independent validator out there. Can you tell me and our listeners a little bit about your story of how you became a validator and a little bit about yourself?
Okay, yes. Okay. Actually, I don't know what is a validator, okay, until maybe 2020, something like that. Okay, yeah. So I joined as the first validators were in 2020. Okay, something like in October. This is the first time, and I don't have any idea what's that, but okay, because I know the night chain. Okay, this is a small chain. Okay, I will not say it's a small chain. Okay, at least I think they're doing something very great work. Okay, but I like the decentralization concept, and I want to do something. Okay, with my luxury, given that I have a room, so that I build up the first validators in night chain. Then that's it. And I think I start the second one maybe half a year or even 1 year, because I don't mean to run a business of validator, to be honest. Okay, to be honest, I really like the concept of decentralization Web3. I think that's something hopefully make people to be more free, because we can control more on our own. Of course, even though it's not free, free is not free. It's not free of charge. We just have free of charge when we do the cherry picking. Okay, we need to have our own responsibility. But anyway, I want to do something, and I have the luxury, I have the resources, and I don't mind putting some money and some effort to be a validator. So I tried that. Okay, so for the around first year, I mostly concentrated in the Litecoin thing. Okay, I would do weekly report. Okay, I really like the governance of feature of Cosmos. Okay, because it's a very effective way to have the opinions of the community. Okay, even though there's a lot of problem, it's not perfect, but this is a very effective way. At the same time, something like 2019, say Hong Kong has some election by the public. They will arrange a lot of resources to trying to get some opinion around some public opinion, some councillor. So I would. When I know the way Cosmos do the governance, I would say, wow, it's very effective. We can have a governance, we have a proposal, and propose that then can get us the opinion of the community. even though, as I said, okay, it's not perfect. Okay, we need time to develop those things, but it's a totally effective. And so for me, I only do Cosmos thing. I think the governance feature is something amazing, and I for around 1.5 years would write the reports regarding the governance of Nikon in Chinese, okay, to mainly Hong Kong and Taiwanese audience, because Web3 is very new to, I think, to the world. Of course, particular for the Asian region, Hong Kong, and they may just think, oh, this is something mystical or something just talking about price. But I think this is more than that. And so for that time, I would write a weekly report to all those communicators so that they will know what happens, what actually governance is. It's not talking about only what happens, because they even don't know, okay, oh, they can vote, okay. What's that represent? Okay, how they operate, how to operate the wallet, all are very new experience for them, and even for me. Okay, so I spent quite some time to learn. Okay, then and some rare case I would know that, oh, I can be a validator of some other chain. I don't know what's the meaning of a permissionless at the time. And I like permissionless. Okay, so and I will look around. Okay, some chain I can join, okay, with say I can swap some token, then I can join, and then I start my journey as a validator. This is my story, the original of the Oldcat Validator story. Okay, yeah.
I can connect to a lot of things you say. For example, for my journey personally, between my first validator, which was Cosmos Hub by chance, it's a bit long story, to my second validator was 1.5 years. So I totally understand why people take that pause and wait. But I want to go to your story. Wait. You mentioned several times decentralized values, and those values are probably the largest topic we discuss on the podcast, and I want to dig a little bit in that direction. You said that's how you became a validator, but you started to talk a little bit about why. And a lot of people, nobody wakes up one day and says, hey, well, I have some resource, I have some space, I'm going to go and be a validator in blockchain, right? It's still something. You said that governance attracts you, and I can totally understand what was going on in Hong Kong in 2019, 2020. I remember the situation, and it's something I can understand how the governance there started to shine. But was there something else? What did attract you to initially starting to be interested in Web3? Forget about validator for a second. Why Web3? Why not do anything else in the world? I mean, it's such a complicated place to be sometimes, right? At least for me, I know that. So I go crazy sometimes.
Okay. Okay. So actually, I first time when I really know token, okay, maybe cryptocurrency, maybe something like 2017. Okay. Also the Litecoin story. Okay. Yeah. Actually, I also the very early bird. Okay, buyer of Litecoin. Okay. It lost. Okay, but this is totally fine. I have no complaint. I even know that. I even really believe that okay, it would be okay at the end of the day, but don't expect things happen fast. Okay, this is okay. We don't talk about the price first, but okay. So I know that. Okay, I know the founder, and I know he is doing something, always doing something good. Okay, he is my friend anyway. So I have no question. Okay, I just put some money. I buy something I don't know. Okay, so this is the first thing. My first thing is not Bitcoin. Okay, I don't know Bitcoin at the time. Okay, maybe I heard about them, but okay, what the heck is that? Okay, but okay, I know Litecoin, but to be honest, I don't know Litecoin. I just know the founder. Okay, I believe he is doing something good. Okay, so that I know that. Okay, there's 1927 is high price, to be honest. Okay, then it's down 18, 19 is okay. The price is nowhere as yes, at the time the Nikon is in the not the Cosmo, because the Cosmo has not happened yet. Is if I I don't remember wrong. Okay, I do remember. I remember it correctly. We are in the ERC 220. Okay, I want to disclaim. Okay, I'm not a guy of a Litecoin. Okay, I'm a validator. I know them. Okay, I support them in the community way, but I have nothing to do with them. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not a team member whatsoever. Okay, so I'm not trying to help them in any way. Okay, I just share my experience. So okay, so then I heard about so for me, Web3, I would not like to use the term Web3 mostly in my language. I would like the term blockchain. Okay, because the term Web3 is very confusing now. Okay, many guys think Web3 is something like cryptocurrency, then the price, then speculations. To me, that's in that sense, this is the fourth kind of asset besides the equity, the bond, the commodity. Then the fourth asset is the cryptocurrency. But this is not in my dictionary. Okay, so I would like you to use the word blockchain. Okay, and I know the feature of Litecoin, then I know the feature, or maybe the Cosmo actually. So I like Cosmo much. Okay, then I can elaborate more later on. Then I know there's some governance thing. Then I like Web3. This is the very different path. Okay, my Web3 way is not from Bitcoin, but from that feature. Then I know the signing. I know the wallet. Then I know that okay, I take my own accountabilities. I don't need the intermediate. Then that's something. At the end of the day, that's something. So every individual, in certain senses, can control themselves. Of course, I'm not. I think there's always a dynamic. Okay, the centralization has some effectiveness, it's efficiency, but at the same time, you got some sacrifice of the freedom. And I would not say that okay, Web3 is the God and we only embrace the Web3, but I think this is a very good feature so that we can put it into the world of human beings so that we can have a more tools, then we can have a more freedom in some way when something not very good. So this is very different way from maybe the usual Web3 thing. Yeah, I will from the governance and I can control, I can sign it. Okay, even the founder of the chain, they can't touch my stuff because okay, I do the signing on, but I take the accountability of my passphrase. Okay, when I lost it, okay, I lost it. So I need to take accountability for myself. Okay, I need to safeguard them. Yeah, this is and I believe that. Then that's the way I joined the Web3. I don't know whether I answer my question, but this is the way I entered the world of Web3.
It does. It's perfect.
Yes,
it's perfect. I think that is really what I was looking for to understand what connects you to here.
Yes.
And a lot of I had over the last 4 years, we had so many different guests on, and different guests have different connections. Somebody talks about money, somebody talks about values, somebody talks about work, somebody talks about people, somebody talks about politics, and it's normal. But it's interesting to see that all roads lead to Rome. At the end, at the end of the day, everybody ends up in the same place. And of course, I'm calling Web3 Rome here, but it's interesting. Also, it's interesting to find out that less and less people are coming to Web3 via Bitcoin. Before, it was almost everybody had to make this journey: Bitcoin, then Ethereum, then Cosmos, then Web3 or Polkadot or whatever. Today, it's not like that. Today, a lot of people that come to Web3, when I listen to their stories, I realize not many of them have a Bitcoin story. Yeah, maybe half, but not many. And it's interesting. I want to ask you, since you mentioned you self-governance so many times, usually I kind of leave those questions a little bit to the end, but you already mentioned it a couple of times. And, governance is a very difficult topic. It's like you mentioned yourself, Web3 offers some good things and some bad things. And governance is thing that gets all of us, together, talking, discussing, and disagreeing, and trying to find a solution. But sometimes sometimes, and we've seen this governance can lead to not disasters, but to not very good outcomes.
We come across, I guess.
What is your opinion? What is your opinion on the way that we are right now talking not necessarily just about Cosmos blockchain in general, but you said that you are more focused on Cosmos. So what is your opinion today on the state of the governance, the general? Is it a decentralized type of governance, or is today's governance mainly lobbied by validators? And I'm saying it as a validator myself, so I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot here as well. But I have to be honest. For me, I don't want to say my own opinion before I hear you. Sorry. What is your opinion? How is it?
Okay, I think first of all, okay, I like that feature, and I also to be I just said that I like Cosmo much because I like the IBC. I like every even small crazy idea they can do a chain on their own. Of course, there are some costs. Okay, say if Ethereum has do a lot of good things, they have a very big community, and Cosmo sometimes the small chains would make them run very difficulty. Very difficult. Okay, so there's something, but I like the way they can connect together. Every small groups can have their own control. Okay, with still some problem. Okay, so this is something, yeah. So I would say that I like that feature, but this is a long way to go. And as a validator, one of my responsibilities, I think I owe my delegator or even the community is that I mostly follow of governance. Okay, I think this is my very important responsibility as a validator. Okay, but you will see that may not many delegators would very keen on the governance. Okay, but there's a lot. There can be a lot of reasons. Sometimes of course some governance is very routine sometimes. Okay, so I think that's the way validator is very useful. Okay, we do the routine work. Okay, there's some upgrade we need to do the full otherwise. Okay, yes, and in certain senses, they're also the trust of the delegator. If they really delegate us, because they trust us, not because only my icon, my beautiful Oldcat icon. Okay, but I think there's a long road. And this is something I will write a lot to report regarding the votings in the Litecoin in Chinese, because we need the communities to know about the chain. Okay, there's some kind of first of information. There's some intention sometimes. Okay, we need to align their interests sometimes so that they really think that the governance is related to them. Okay, this is something very long road. I don't think it's doing good for the time being. Yeah, but at least this is start. At least there's some features it happens. Like the blockchain. Blockchain has a lot of problems. It's faster, but not fast enough, to be honest. But if we don't have this start, if we don't have a lot of guys are doing something very maybe crazy, stupid, it will not happen. This is the way this is my opinions, to be a validator. Yeah. So so also for the current setting, there also sometimes, as you said, and we may come across sometimes the guys make some very stupid decisions. But for me, that may be the history of the human beings is always having the stupid decisions. Okay, don't expect that's always good, but I would expect that the history will be spirally improved. Okay, and people hope that even though maybe a little naive, that people can learn a lesson from the old past, and if they don't do good enough, maybe that's a problem of us validators or even the city Web3. Okay, we do not good make the works good enough so that the people align their interests and people are aware that the governance, the voting is actually aligned with their interests. And of course, there are some problem, say the trinity of the majority, that's the mass. Okay, and that may be some things we also need to improve. Okay, I do not join the Ethereum much, but okay, say at least from the Ethereum, I know that they have a very good community. They have a lot of communication in that. And to be honest, Cosmo in terms of Cosmo, there's some smaller communities, and because okay, we use IBC, we have small chain, and some chains will maybe where the community is small. So, but so this is a dynamic of the community size with the IBC thing. Yeah, but I don't know, but I hope that okay, say eventually some small chain some chain may die, some chain may survive, and then the community may grow, then and also they learn a lot, and we do better, so that we can reach the level of better discussions. But I'm still optimistic. So, but I don't expect it would take short times. Okay, Cosmo happens 4 years, 5 years. Yes, that's very small time, and I think there's a long road, the mileage of changing. Even the Web3 is a paradigm change, and many people, even they touch the Web3, they're still thinking in a very centralized way, which making sense. They're not that thought. Okay, but I would think that the Web3, the blockchain technologies, the way we are doing things would affect the the generation maybe next, but anyway, maybe not necessarily waiting for the next generation, but I expected that it would take some time so that people will smallly adopt the way the Web3 doing. This is my thinking. So I am not very optimistic that things will happen very fast, but I would think that it will happen eventually in some sense, in a better way. Yeah.
I totally agree with you, actually. I think I have virtually, we might have different ways of coming to that opinion, but the end opinion is the same. I was yesterday giving a lecture on Web3. Somebody asked me on some Discord community to talk about, and a lot of the questions were about, validators and governance also. And I pretty much said the same. My final, this opinion was the same, that we are 5 years into it, give it time, give it, it's something that we are as humans so centralized. But anyways, but I have one more question about governance before we go off, and it's a weird question. If today, we are already talking about, and we see, not talking, we see today in Polkadot, in Cosmos, in every chain that has on-chain governance, you are seeing not easy fracture. And of course, like we just said, it needs time, but I want us to fantasize a little bit. And I actually asked this question, not on my podcast. I asked this question 4 years ago, some validators, and nobody understood what I was talking about. But I think now is much better. So do you think that potentially in the future, blockchains are now slowly starting to connect? I'm talking about ecosystems. Now we have IBC, then it's Cosmos now talking to, Polkadot talking to Ethereum talking to Near talking to Bitcoin. Do you think that one day we will see something crazy like interchain, cross-chain governance, intergalactic senate, I don't know, like, a governance on top of bridges, not just on top of ecosystems, but on top of bridges that is bridging those ecosystems?
Why not? Actually, it happens in some way. A lot of guys doing the attempt. So for me, I would, for my expectation or my imagination, I would not expect that there will only one chain exist. So I always discuss with my friends. Okay, the media always like to, who's the killer? Okay, so Nana is the Ethereum killer. For me, no such thing. Okay, they may die sometimes. Okay, I don't know, but we have a lot of them say, I because I know Litecoin much. Say Litecoin is okay. For example, for the current, many chain is doing some DeFi thing. Okay, at least for a time being. Okay, particularly in those Ethereum. Okay, that is not okay. I am not very keen on the DeFi, but okay, it's very makes sense. Okay, it's a very good entry point for people to join the world. Say for the Litecoin from day one, they concern on the writing, they concern on the publication, and you know what? Sometimes I was I was told by some, okay, not personal friend, but okay, validated circle that, okay, this is a scam. Okay, they are not doing anything. They are just, okay, the price is dropped. Okay, but okay, of course I don't agree, but I know them because, okay, I know what they happen, and of course there's some language barrier, a lot of things. Okay, but even for the Lycon, for the publication, there's a lot of attempt. So for me, first of all, I still come against the answer directly to your question. I would think that there's a very natural way. Okay, yeah. So the Bitcoin, they would have, for me, maybe very optimistic. They would have a very different, very positions in different way. Okay, some chain is very fast, nice banana. Actually, I like them. Okay, and even when 2 years ago they always down the chain, and many people said that they will be died, and I don't think so. Okay, it's very new. Okay, new is not an excuse, but this is a very natural reasons that there's a natural learning curve. Okay, even for the public, for the validator, for all of us. Okay, yeah. So for me, I would expect that okay, even different chain in some day they will have a position for some way, not a chain solely do all the things. That doesn't make sense. And okay, and it's not, the world is not that simple as that. Okay, you can write your papers. Okay, you can the media, the newspaper, because they need to eyeballs. Okay, but when you really look into the situation, I don't totally don't agree with that. Okay, for me, I'm very open in the chain. So even in Cosmo, there's some very funny chain. They would do lucky draw or whatsoever. I think that is still good attempt. I would still do the validator for them. Even I may lost money, but okay, I already that I can lose that small money in some ways until I can't send. Okay, then okay, I quit. Okay, for the time being, and you don't know, right? That's the activity, the human being, and some activity, even some activities is beyond our imagination. And I always have a story to tell. Okay, I don't know what happens in other world. In China, in Chinese communities. Okay, we have the freedom of marriage around maybe 15 years, or maybe less than 100 years. And for the modern people, you can imagine how come my parents would assign the husband or the wife to me. But it happened, say, talking about 50, 60 years. And for the people at those age, it's totally beyond their imagination. How can I choose my husband and wife freely? But for me, what Web3 or blockchain is doing is the same. This is similar to the freedom of marriage. This is a basic need. The freedom is basic need. Okay, there's a lot of thoughts. There's a traditional thought, blah blah blah. But this is the human need, and eventually, people will find a ways to make themselves freer. So for me, I would think that Web3, the blockchain, would take an important part of the society. Meanwhile, different chain would, in different way, to survive. Some, of course, may die, which makes sense. I don't know who will die, who will survive. I don't guess, to be honest. I really don't guess. I don't know. Okay, but at least, okay, there are different ways, and eventually, like the Cosmo may not be able to repay, and should not, and is not replaced by the Ethereum or vice. They have different positions. Yeah, this is my way to see the connectivities of those bridge. Which I think, okay, I don't touch the Polkadots. I know a lot of guys who in early in the field will do the Polkadots. Okay, now it's where that relatively little voice, to be honest, but I know that there's still a strong communities, okay, supporting them. I'm not in that community, but so they are not dying actually. They are just maybe lost the eyeball of the mass media, but they are still have their own position. They are doing something interesting. Arif is very good. Okay, storage solutions, Rafi. Not much people talking about. Okay, but they are doing something good. Yeah, and I will use them. And of course, okay, all we need to do in the communities, okay, to make the solution, the possibilities, the usage are more broadens more easily so that people can adopt easily. I think this is it. But for me, that's very makes sense to have bridge, okay, whatever tunnel, maybe, I don't know, maybe some tunnel eventually, right? Okay, so this is my thinkings on the picture of blockchain.
It actually answers my next question that I had for you, which was why do you validate? And you kind of answered it. I mean, from what I hear is to help the world be freer, right? This is the goal. This is the mission. If I'm hearing you correctly, right?
This is something from some of my calling. Okay, for me, okay, I don't pick the chain usually. When I find them, okay, of course I may have some selection because of my resources, time, money, and some judgment, but those judgment may be just maybe on the team or something like that. But mostly I was and I would maybe I'm still, but I don't know that I can pick. Okay, you can easily pick. Okay, Cosmo Hub, of course, the good chain to be validated. Okay, it's not easy, but you don't know. So for me, I would try to do more if I can, so that let everybody grow and sometimes say for some chain from my experience, sometimes some chain may be very quiet, even the price because they may not do the market making. But they may do some development at the back. Okay, they may doing something slowly, which it takes time. And man, you do 4 years, and I do 3.5 years, and as we have the same story that we validated the second train mostly maybe 1 year later, right? Then we accelerate. I do more maybe in last 1.5 year. Yeah, I do now 36 chain now, but before then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I failed some. So say osmosis, I failed a few times because it's very competitive. Then eventually, okay, now I'm there. Okay, even with the no tier, but at least to survive. Okay, it's not easy, but you don't know. Okay, osmosis Australia doing very good thing. They have a DEX I use every day, to be honest. Almost the only DEX I use. Yeah, I don't use the SEX usually, but I use the DEX. But for some chain you don't know, and for me, so we just let them grow, and what I'm doing is okay with my resources, with my and actually I enjoy it, to be honest. It is something I enjoy it, and I think it's the way I best suit, at least for the time being, to be the part of the community. And I would not say that I only contribute. Okay, I got money in some sense. I need to pay the rent. Okay, I need to pay the VP, the virtual server, but or even the barebone, whatever, the electricity whatsoever. At least okay. So I would not, I dare not say that I'm contribute. I dare not to say that, but okay, and this okay, this is something I meaningful, and I do that. Yeah, yeah.
I think that bringing that thinking that you have to the table sometimes is very important. I don't want to say, and I don't dare to say that something type of thinking can be more important than contribution. I'm not the one to judge that. Every chain has to judge it by itself. But in my personal opinion, I think that sometimes it is required, and it is contribution, providing that infrastructure going around, and trying to actually create interconnections as validator between those chains. I still see that. I have a big question for you about that. But before that, I want to ask you something we spoke a little bit before the recording about setups, about and I've previously spoke with several validators based in the same area as you, and yeah, the area has its own difficulties, of course. We all know the geopolitical situation that is happening in Southeast Asia, but still, I'm curious, what is your situation in terms of not the politics, but in terms of, I can imagine that holding bare metal servers in Hong Kong is not the most safest thing in the world to do. So my question is about setups in general, or if you can talk about it, if you want to talk about it, and yeah.
Okay. Um, Simply say I use the service provider mostly. Okay. It's not very practical in Hong Kong to host them. Okay. First of things, cost is a issue. Okay. Yeah, validator is not. You and me and validator. We know that it's not a big business. We are not having a big lump of cash. To be honest, okay. Our income is easily to be checked by everybody. Okay, right? So it's not very practical to use that thing. And I usually the service provider in different. I use a few, okay, for the decentralization and also some backup and also some testing. And actually sometimes service provider is also something we need to take care when we do the validating. I think so. Why you are moving to the metal, the barebone, maybe something. Okay, I feel sick of that, and I want to fully control that. Okay, but I don't have the nursery yet. Okay, and I still, yeah, I'm not moving in. Okay, some place I can do. So that I use the service provider. I use a field, and I use some metal. Okay, with the service provider. Maybe one question, maybe one things you may be interested there. Actually, I do not put any servers in Hong Kong. Yeah, so all of my server are out of Hong Kong. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, nothing happened yet, but okay, I think it's more reasonable to put some place with a higher degree of security. And I don't know what the government, what they treat or they wills what we are doing. Okay, even though we are doing something totally legit. Okay, but you don't know. Okay, so this is the way I'm doing. I would move around the server and that's it. And trying to get a balance. Okay, the income and the expenditure and the reliabilities and using board and all those things. Yeah. Do I answer the question?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I was just going to ask something in continuing to that. Do you think that can happen a situation where not necessarily, let's forget Hong Kong for a second, where we wake up in a week or a month or a year and we wake up to the news that, I don't know, AWS, Hetzner, I don't know who else, whatever, Scaleway and all the other bigger say, okay, that's it. We're going to start shutting down nodes right now. And they're going around and going, pim, 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 off. Can this happen?
Okay, interesting. Okay, I would not emergence. Okay, you asked this question. Okay, I'm not prepared, to be honest. I'm lazy, but okay, I don't use. I really don't use any big names. Okay, most of my setup. Okay, I came from a traditional engineer background, so that I do. To be honest, I do the Linux kernel before sometimes before very long times ago. So that I build the servers most on my own, totally on Linux. Okay, I seldom use those. Okay, now everybody use AWS and all those turnkey solutions and all those things, but I don't like that. Okay, first of all, I don't think that they have the cost effectiveness is not that good. Okay, speed is okay. I don't think. I use some of them. Okay, I don't want to name them, but okay, I don't think that they have a good name, but sometimes performance is not that as good as I expected. So as my previous answers that I use a few service provider, so I keep the account for them, and I have some good stuff. Okay, also from the community, so that and look down, I can rebuild very fast from somewhere else, and so that try to make, in some sense, to make it more resilient. Okay, say as you said, okay, maybe sometimes not political, sometimes they just suck. Okay, the service provider is just has some problem. Okay, and we always, for me, okay, you and I are also validator, and we, for me, double sign is a nightmare. Okay, it doesn't happen to me. Okay, but so I would make some merger so that it avoid them, even though the data center has some issues. Actually, I come across some situations that the data center has a 1 week shutdown for some of my hosts. Then I have some merger so that I can move around and move around to build the host in some other data center. Meanwhile, those died one and they will not suddenly come up with the double sign. You know what I mean, right? Yeah. It can happen, and they are not doing good. They come up, oh man, there's 2 okay in the world. Dun dun, then you die, and it's very very bad and very very responsible to the delegator. So that I would not. Okay, I don't know, but I would not. Hopefully, I can still keep it not happen. Yeah. So that's something. That's some of my mergers so that I can. Yeah, I have several DC so that anytime I can build some new nodes there, destroy the old node, something like that. Yeah, this is the way, and I don't use the all big name AI, all those big names. I don't use it. Yeah.
Do you have any recommendations of services, of cloud services for anybody listening to this that you would say, hey, these guys are good or better avoid names?
Should we give them names? Should we discuss the names in here? Okay.
This is no. I mean, like in cloud. I mean, sometimes sometimes people come up with very good, especially like if it's a private privacy orientated cloud provider. It's quite rare to find them, and sometimes if you have any names,
okay, I prefer not to name. Actually, it's okay. Sorry, that I think even for the validator, I always don't try to name any particular. Yeah. Sometimes it's not fair. Sometimes when they are doing good this time, then they may doing something bad later on. Yeah. And I think, to be honest, this is also part of the job of the validators to do experiment. Actually, I do a lot. Okay, recently I do a lot. Okay, I will build a solution and try for a while before I roll it out. Okay, yeah, it takes some time. It takes time, and it also kill my time. But I think this is the way I'm doing things. But actually, I move around, and sometimes because they're getting expensive and they're getting worse, and I move. So it may not be a very fair comment. Yeah, of course. And if anybody want to be a validator, okay, I really recommend that do some research, and don't expect that validator is some easy job. Then you can put a server up and run and like a fishing net and get the money. It can be, I don't know. Okay, but it may not be long, and it's not a big money, to be honest. Yeah, it need to be a big money. Maybe like me, okay, have a number, a big chain. So every chain you get 100, and you can get some money, something like that. Okay, but not a easy way you build up a server, because we have a lot of update. We know that. Okay, I have update calendars. Okay, actually every week I have different updates, upgrade and for the software and all those things. Yeah. So I prefer not to name, and personally, okay, I can share, but not in the public.
Perfect. No, it's perfect. It's perfect. I think it's something that I really respect. That's why I ask. What about you mentioned, I mean, automatization tools, and one of the biggest pains, at least personally for me, is monitoring and alerting. Monitoring and alerting is, I hate it. I'm sorry, everybody who loves it. I hate it. Hi, my name is Serge, and I hate monitoring and alerting. No, and we have a very complex system that we set up, and we always try to look for new things. We always try to automatize the monitoring, the alerting. What has been your personal experience?
Yeah, this I can share.
In terms of monitoring, alerting?
Actually, it's okay. I mostly I use the Zabbix. Okay, Zabbix. I don't know whether you come across that tools. Okay, I think I like that thing. Okay, it's not very, maybe that's not the de facto tools for Cosmo. Okay, but so Cosmo maybe you use those. Actually, I don't touch those because they would see, for me, okay, we need a few things, okay, as a validator, we need a few things to monitor. Of course, the up and downs of your server, okay, this also, but besides those technical stuff, besides the server is up and down and all those things, we need to monitor, say, faulting. Okay, because I said I fault, you will see, you can check my record. I think I fault 95 or even 98. Sometimes I miss, okay, because I don't know, because I'm stupid. Anyway, so mostly I would fault manual things. So I will write script to check all those things and put in the monitor, and I would also check the faulting power. Okay, so that I would see that I'm doing the right thing or bad thing or doing something not good, and somebody moving out. Why? What's the reason? I don't know. So of course I will not call them or what's happened. And it's okay. Seems I got something wrong, and seems okay. I got not doing the right thing. So I actually for myself as a small team. Okay, I'm running around 36 mainnet. Okay, currently 9 testnet. We are going to deploy the snapshot and also staging, and also we are trying to produce some small size snapshot for some big snapshot. Say a chain, all chain I'm validating, they have a big when if you only do the snapshot, this is talking about say around 20 gig snapshot. Okay, it's kind of big, to be honest. Okay, for everybody. So we are doing something like I'm trying to do some ad hoc staging, then the snapshot is from the staging, then do the snapshot, so that we can produce a much smaller size. Okay, for the community. So actually we are kind of doing some research. Actually, we are going to finish so that because there are a lot of guys doing snapshot already. So before that I don't do much snapshot because everybody do a snapshot. Seems that there's something they get a database equation. Okay, that's fine. But for me, there's too crowded sometimes, two ways of the resources. Okay, decentralization is means that we have a lot, but not too many. 100, you may have a 30 or 20 snapshot, and may sometimes a very bad quality, and I don't like that. So we don't do the snapshot before. Okay. But recently, okay, we noticed some problem, like say the testnet, the test is always ignored. Okay, recently I do the Nikon testnet, and okay, some guys want to join the Nikon testnet, but they don't find the testnet. They don't have the snapshot. Okay, so I create a snapshot. Oh, I recognize. Okay, seems that the testnet has a more demand and less supply for the snapshot. For the mainnet, okay, we know that there's some big guy, very good guys. They has a lot of everybody use them. Use at least okay, he cover 60 to 90, but 24 hours. So for I try to find some place, okay, more useful, maybe more effective, so that I try. Okay, I am doing also osmosis, okay, staging snapshot thing, so that we don't need to have another 20 gigabyte. Okay, EOS is talking about 170 gigabyte or 250 gigabytes. Okay, snapshot. This is crazy. So I think that's a way as we can do and also contribute to the community. And also the testnet thing. Okay, actually, when the testnet happens, okay, no one cares. Okay, whether you can be a node or not. Okay, but I think Tesla is useful to the community and also to the chain. So we are trying to do that kind of stuff. Okay, so this is something happens in our team, so that to do some contributions to the community. Yeah. But try the Zabbix, okay, and if you need help, okay, let me know. Okay, I run all my nodes, I run all my nodes using a single interface with the Zabbix. And I can see most of them. Yeah, please.
Nice.
And
I have one.
Yeah, actually, I welcome anybody. Okay, if they want the solution, and because I don't have the time to put all those things in a very good GitHub thing. I would like to share, but it's not that difficult. Yeah, but actually, I try to share to the relative of the Nikon. So for validator is listening here and think that it's interesting, and actually I'm totally free to share with them then how I do the thing, so that if they think that the solution is useful for them to operate, and I can even run a note for them so that they can free of charge to use my service. I'm totally fine. So this is okay, not an advertisement, but something is okay. If they think Zabbix is useful, then just try to use it. I use that things to manage. Yeah.
Thanks, man. And I think it's important because even between validators, people saying that it's okay to reach out for help, because I know that I have seen personally, when young DevOps guys who just start working, they totally get lost, they try to like, what do I do? Where do I go? Can I like ask another guy, ask another validator? Oh no, how can I write to them? This is so scary, and it's nice to know that a lot more people are open to that. It's a good thing. But I want to ask you one last thing before we're gonna jump quickly into finishing it with the blitz. And it's a kind of like not an easy question, but it is an easy question. You mentioned several times throughout the interview, you mentioned the word survive, like maybe 3 times, 2 times or 3 times. And I can feel it, because it's not easy. It really is not easy. A lot of people do think, oh, I'm going to become a validator and I'm going to be making the same money as P2P or Stakefish, or, it doesn't work like that. There is, you're right. So my question is, what do you do as a validator? It's a very general question because this can, of course, take hours. But in a general, what do you do as a team, as a validator, in order to survive, in order to be able to secure delegations? What is your not trick, not the way, but what do you try to focus on?
Okay.
What would be your advice, maybe,
Okay.
To survive as a validator?
Okay. I think I'm conflict. Okay. This is a very interesting question, and I think it's very good questions for those who really want to jump into our camp and really do some things in this field. Okay, I think survive have a few aspect thing. Okay, for those. Okay, now is I don't know. I don't know whether it's a good time or bad time. Okay, the price is dropping, but not too bad. Okay, we will face the worst case scenario. Okay, right? So for some big chain. Okay, can I say? Okay, for some big chain, it's like Cosmo Hub. Okay, Osmosis, even Juno before. Okay, you need big money. Okay, I don't know how big it is, but okay, at least you need some money. It's not talking about okay, $100. Okay, not that money. Okay, maybe a little bit more, and you also need to survive because you always kicked by somebody else. Maybe kicked out by Oldcat. Okay, usually when I join the camp, usually I would try my best to stay in the active list. I mean, okay, so I think we know that survive first of all mean active list. Okay, if you are out of active list, okay, in sense that you are die. Okay, you're not survive. Okay, so for me, okay, when really join that thing, we usually try to survive. Also, we really would put some money with it. Okay, this is the way. Okay, but this is not the advice of survival, but this is the perspective of how we will. Okay, we when we join the chain. Okay, actually we just joined the EMOS. Okay, EMOS also drop a lot. Okay, recently I joined them. But I did not announce it in my homepage for 2 weeks. Okay, because we still not stabilizing it, and there's a lot of problem. Yeah. Okay, whatever. So so for that, okay, that's something for me. I really care. Okay, I don't want the delegators to waste their money. I think I don't know. Okay, like you can find me. I think the people, if you're talking about the delegators, okay, how we retain, maybe recruit, whatever you. Okay, I think it takes time. Okay, we spend 3.5 years and you spend 4 years. Okay, you can expect people would know you in the first day, no matter how good your logo, what you said. Okay, 0-3. Okay, slash protection whatsoever. Okay, you can put a very good slogan in your monarchy. Okay, I don't know whether it's true or not, but okay, for me, we will not put that. But to be honest, for us, okay, every time we got gelled. Okay, now we are more mature, so that we don't have much experience, so it's relatively much fewer. But before then, we have some discussed stuff. Okay, every time we will compensate silently to every delegator. Maybe even surpass the damage. I think that's very important for me. Okay, I don't know who else. Okay, how they treat the way of this thing, but for me, I think I even don't. Okay, maybe reason I was put chat because okay, even though it's not good, but I think it should be honest and not everybody knows what we are doing. So we will put a Twitter. Okay, those we have happened. Okay, blah 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 blah. Okay, and we will send everybody, every delegator the loss with the token. It may not be big. Sometimes I have a lot small delegator. They may say 10. I don't know, but anyway, we got a lot. But no matter how small, we treasure it. I don't know how effective. Okay, I'm not mean to retain them, but for me, that's our responsibility. I don't want that. And I don't want to penalize that because they chose us and got lost. Okay, but I dare not to put slash collections. I don't know whether I will bankrupt. Okay, the bigger delegations, and yeah, but at least okay, I try my best. And for the time being, every time so we do it. And I don't know how our delegator know the perceived. Then to be honest, I don't know many personally, but I think I hope that they will feel okay how we treat the work of our validator. This is something we are doing. I suppose that seems that we are doing good in that sense. So we are not a big among validators, but we will have a bigger delegated size. So we have a lot of poor friends. but that's fine. I like it. Okay, I like it. So this is the way. I think we don't know each other. All our communication through the Twitter usually, right? Through the Discord. Maybe email. Sometimes some people would send email to me and ask for help, and I try to help. I don't know whether he's a delegator or not. Okay, because the Web3 is a very good tradition that helping each other. Okay, you just help. Okay, don't expect. It's not. In some way, it's not very business oriented. It's not a contract work, something like that. Okay, I learn a lot from other guys. Okay, I use a lot of a snapshot from other guys, and this is the way Web3 is doing things. So for me, I stick with that tradition. That's also my calling and my way of doing, and also we are trying to make the communities know more about the chain they are delegating. So notice that for maybe 1 year before, something like that, for every upgrade, we would do our notifications to in the Twitter. Many people, many delegators, many community, they don't know the update. Okay, the more eyeball catching stuff is the price, but for the upgrade, maybe not relevant to them in sense of the working, because most of the work are done by the validator. Upgrade means something. Upgrade means maybe new features, maybe some protection or whatsoever. It's good for people to know more about that chain, and also connect this value, connect this knowledge with the delegator. Then they would know. They may have more incentive or more alignment of the interest with the chain and the communities. So this is also something we are doing, and I think this also have more people know us. Okay, in that sense. Okay, so I don't have a golden rules for validator, because different validator has a different approach. Some are fun. They have fun. They do some validations because they want to have the fame, and someone to have a quick money, and some cherry pick those profit making one. Okay, I think I totally fine with a different way of doing validator. If I come back to your question, if you really want who would really want to be a validator, okay, I would recommend think about what's their intentions. For me, what intention is totally fine, but different intention lead to different ways of doing things. Okay, if say some guys doing only one chain, the profit making one, totally fine to me. Okay, it's not a shame, not evil to do it that way. That makes sense to make a living. Okay, and we also supposed to make livings to make the chain running. Okay, validators, the fundamental way is to make the chain runs. If the chain does not run, all are bullshit. Okay, all are bullshit. So for me, this is more important regarding survival. Everybody have I may have some resources so that I can fight the battle. For osmosis, I fight a lot so that I can keep it long enough, and people notice these guys are doing seems okay. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what they see me. At least I'm trying to survive. I participate. I'm trying to do something, and as usual, and seems that there are more people. When times go, they would notice, this is okay. Who is this and who's that, and you will notice that whether there's a come and go. Some when the market is not good, then they go away. We cannot blame them, but for me, we still have the resources. I still enjoy this thing. Even the market is very bad. I may lose in the position, but for me, it's a long road to go, and just stay there and see how it goes. Okay. I do not answer as well because I do not give the golden rules, but I think this is the way where it is ways to do. Yeah.
This was a perfect answer, really. I really think that you have in your answer captured in the essence of what I've been doing with this podcast for 4 years, is trying to understand and to share the intentions of people who build Web3, especially validators and founders, with the people who use those products or delegate to those people, because the intentions is really making the whole difference between what the final decision of good and bad. I'm going to, because we have to wrap up, so I'm going to jump into a quick blitz with you. So it's going to be 3 questions. They're going to be very random, but it used to be 5, but I'm going to do the short version. So 1, give me one project that you're... No, you know what? No, scrub that. Forget that. Give me one area in technological area apart from blockchain, such as, for example, blockchain or machine learning, that you have an interest in apart from Web3 and blockchain. Something different.
Okay. Actually, I actually also exploring some AI and machine learning stuff, to be honest. Not because of the... Actually, I always feel that the market is, the mass is very funny. Generative AI is not the whole of AI, to be honest. When I do some MPhil studies before, actually, we talked about neural networks many years ago. But at the time, we don't have the data, we don't have the computational power, and so they may run a project for 2 days or something like that. Okay, so but I would think that there would be something interesting to help people. But for me, AI is... I'm not very not as
I understand what you mean.
So, but I think this is something useful, but not the way mostly people talking about for the time being. Yeah, but I think that's something can do. Yeah.
Okay. Second one. So 2 more. Second one. Give me one motivational thing, something motivational that helps Oldcat to stay, get out of bed every day and do what you do, help to build a decentralized future, something motivational, maybe meditation, maybe family, maybe, I don't know, reading book or something. Give me something, one thing.
Okay. Well, it's a big question, to be honest. Okay.
It's not easy.
Yes, it's not easy. Okay. I think there's a two aspect. Okay. From the perspective of Oldcat as a validator, I think we owe the responsibilities to the chain. When we jump in, okay, we have the fundamental function or fundamental roles to keep this chain run. Okay, so usually I don't care about what the disagreement, arguments amongst those communities because to be honest, I don't know. I'm not guy in the team. Okay, yes, we know we face some change and I face occasions that some change has some problem and people ask me, well, why you stay here? We should walk away and block the chain. My answer is actually that you still can find in the Discord. I think this is not our decisions to decide whether the change will survive or not. This is the decisions of the community. So for me, okay, from the micro aspect, okay, as a Oldcat validator, so we owe when we commit these things, we owe the responsibility to make this chain run until it's give up. I come across chain given up. The team, we want to keep the team. We help them, so we do it voluntarily. Okay, they just want to. They just frustrated. They walk away. Then we can't do anything more. But before then, okay, we just keep the chain roll. No matter what happens, so they said a war or fighting on the chain. Okay, this is not
responsibility.
Yes. And also the delegators.
Responsibility.
To delegate.
I like that. Last one. Wait. We still have one more. Last one. Give me one movie or one book or one song that has had some influence on you throughout your life.
This is the biggest questions in this podcast. Okay. Okay, so I because there's a lot of books, okay, people and movies, me and some.
Give me one, just anyone, one that you like.
Okay, maybe I share about another YouTube videos. Okay, not book because there are many books. And there's a talk given by a lecturer in local universities talking about the Greek philosopher Socrates, right? Yes.
Okay. Socrates.
Yes, he gave actually this is a talk for the Department of Philosophy. Yeah, to the student happens then, and this lecturer, okay, he share the story of Socrates and how he chose, why he chose, or the reason why he chose to stay for the penalty of the right? He was penalized for execution by the democracy. Okay, it's very interesting. We talk about the voting and actually he got chance to walk away. Actually Socrates got a chance to walk away. It's not that difficult. Not now. Okay, he can just jump free to other country then free to other cities. But he stay. Then he share what his will and this is something I recently watched and it impressed me much. Okay, I like reading, but I don't like that. I don't know much about that thing. Okay, I'm not trained to be a philosophy student, but that's something. Okay, the essence is that he is doing something what he need to do, what he ought to do. What's the right thing to do? Okay, maybe very old-fashioned, but this is something recently I very enlightened me and also strengthened me. Okay, what are people? What are human beings that should do things? Okay, a small sharing. Okay, yeah.
No, I love it, and we will try to link it up also if we can find it in the comment section. Oldcat, man, I still have a lot of questions, but I will try to. We're going to wrap up and make a pause here. Stop here. I'm very, very, very thankful for you to find in the time and answering the questions. Please don't hang up just yet. So this is just goodbye for everybody who listened to us. Thank you, everybody, for joining and listening to us. And see you next time, guys. This content was created by the Citizen Web3 Validator. You may support our work by delegating to any of our nodes.